Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. I hope you're all doing good. Now I'm back with another transfer video. I haven't done one of these for a couple of days as there wasn't really much to talk about, and obviously there's going to be a lot of rumours going on that aren't really, going to happen. So I didn't want to just do a video about them. Obviously, I'm going to speak about a few things that have come up that I think would be good to talk about. So big up to everyone that's watching this right now. I do really appreciate it, and I hope you're all having a good day. And like I said, do comment down below your thoughts on the window so far. Obviously, I know nothing's really happened, but obviously we can talk about these rumours. And yeah, guys, I hope you all do enjoy my video. If you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel. Please do like this video, guys, here as well. And yeah, let's get started. So, Lewis Skelly, I'm going to obviously speak about first because Madrid do seem to have an interest in him. Obviously, his contract doesn't expire till 2026, and I think when you're doing really good at Arsenal, there's going to be clubs that will be interested in you, and that's just part of football. And obviously, it shows to me that he's very good. Even these bigger clubs are wanting to bring him to their club. Obviously, for me, I don't see much in this. We can all say Lewis Skelly's had a great season at Arsenal, and other clubs will want to buy him. But yeah, he seems happy at Arsenal. Obviously, he's in the starting 11. He's getting regular game time, and I couldn't really see why he'd want to move away. Obviously, I know Madrid are a big side and all of that, but he does seem quite settled at Arsenal. So obviously, right now, I think there's no need to stress about it. It's something that we could possibly think about when his contract does expire. Obviously, in football, you can never really say never. You just never know what is around the corner, what could happen. Um, but for me, yeah, I don't really see him going anywhere in the future. I think he's definitely, he loves his club so much, and like I said, he's been getting regular game time. So, as I said, I don't see this one happen. Obviously, it's a good thing to talk about because eventually, when his contract does expire, he might think to himself, what other options if we're not winning stuff at Arsenal, he might be thinking to himself, could I win somewhere else? So I wouldn't blame him if it came down to that. But obviously, right now, I don't think that would happen. And as I said, there's no need to panic, because he's still got a little while here left at Arsenal. And like I said, when you're doing well, there's going to be big clubs that are interested in you at the end of the day. And obviously, that is football. That's how it goes. But I have no doubts of Lewis Skelly being Arsenal. I definitely see him as a big part of our future, and he's come through. He's really proven himself into this team, and he's amazing. Lewis Skelly, he's done such a great job throughout the season, and I think next season he's only going to get better. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano has said that Arsenal are very calm despite Madrid being hopeful. So yeah, I don't think we need to worry about Lewis Skelly going anywhere right now. I think he's obviously quite happy at Arsenal. And I think there's no need for us to panic over this right now. Like I said, there will be big clubs interested in him because he's doing really well. I mean, I know Real Madrid like Saliba as well, but obviously he's got happy at Arsenal right now. So yeah, this is obviously part of football. The bigger clubs will want you, and that's just how it goes, really. But yeah, Lewis Skelly, obviously, I really hope he can stay for a long time at Arsenal. I hope his future is Arsenal, for the next 5 to 10 years. Um, so yeah, obviously for me, I'm obviously hoping he can stay for the future. But right now, this is something that I don't think we need to really worry about too much. Now let's talk about Gokeres. Now this one's interesting. I have done so videos on Sesko Gokeres. Um, I'll be honest with you, it's very tiring, it's very frustrating, and I am losing my patience. I just want us to sign a decent striker. I want us to just give them the money they want. Um, Now, obviously, since I last did the video, we did put a bid in for Gokeres, which did get rejected, which I'm not surprised because the bid wasn't exactly a high bid for them. This is not a bid they were wanting. So for me, right now, I think it's looking like, he doesn't want to join United. He's rejected United. He does seem like he wants Arsenal. Gokeres wants to be at Arsenal. Um, Obviously, when I did a video a few weeks ago, he actually wanted to be at United. So obviously the tables have turned massively now. He really just wants to come to Arsenal. Um, so as I said, I'm interested to see what happens with Gokeres. It's so tough right now because I just don't know what's going to happen. I hope he can join Arsenal. I really do, but right now I feel like the situation is sort of calmed down a bit. So yeah, Arsenal haven't obviously put any more bids in right now. I think Gokres and Sesko, I think all I see right now is they're both options for Arsenal. But as I said, nothing's really particularly happened. So we're going to have to see what happens with this situation. But yeah, it's calmed down a bit. Nothing's really happened with us buying him. But obviously, I would like him, Arsenal. I just don't know what Arsenal are going to do. I just don't know if we would give them the money. Are we going to sort of have to sell some of our best players to buy a striker like at that level? So yeah, it's going to be a real tough one to see what we do. I'm obviously interested to see what Arsenal have in mind, what Arsenal are going to do um, with Gokres or Sesko. But right now, obviously, I think Arsenal sort of probably keeping options open about that. I just don't think Arsenal want to give them the price that they want. So if I was Arsenal, I would just pay the money and just buy him because I do think Gokres would improve Arsenal massively. I know people have the doubts about Sesko as well. Would Sesko have that same impact? I think we need two strikers, really. I mean, I don't know how Gokres could do. There's no saying that he would do really well. I mean, he's coming to a different league. He might find it difficult. So this one's an interesting one, really is. But right now, nothing has happened. Arsenal obviously put their bid in. United, he doesn't want to go to United. He wants Arsenal. But the question is, will Arsenal pay the money that he wants? I'm not sure that's going to happen. I really don't know. This one is an interesting one, really is. I've been doing that research and reading up about it, and yeah, it's very exhausting. I'm not going to lie. I just want us to sign someone. I want us to bring someone else in that's just going to take us to the next level. So we're going to have to see. I've got a question here. Big up Arsenal forever. Would you be happy with either of them? With Sesko or Gokres? Yeah, I would be. I think if we brought Sesko in, I do think we need to bring someone else in as well. I don't think that would be enough. I think with Gokres, I do think he is probably going to take us a bit further than Sesko. I think if I personally had to pick, I'd probably pick Gokres, but I do like Sesko, so I do want us to really make quite a few additions to this. I do want us to bring in I want two strikers really, but I don't think that's going to happen. I want a prolific goal scorer that's really going to take this team to the next level. So, yeah, this one is going to be interesting for sure about what we do. But right now, obviously, not much is happening at all, which is rather frustrating because we need to get the business done. We are seeing other teams around us get all their business done. We are seeing other teams around us, like Liverpool and City, doing what they need to do. But obviously, right now, nothing is happening for us, which is obviously frustrating. And I want us to start signing some players. I want us to, do what Liverpool are doing. Liverpool obviously bringing some great players, and we're just not doing much at all. Which I think is quite frustrating. But yeah, guys, hopefully we'll just have to see what happens with Gokres. But obviously, right now, it's all gone a bit quiet. I think Arsenal are probably thinking about what they want to do. Do they want to pay that price for him? Which I think we should, really. I don't know if we'd have to. I do worry that another thing is would we have to sell some of our best players in order to get him? So, yeah, I'm interested to see what Arsenal are going to do regarding, Gokres. But yeah, obviously, right now, no, I'll definitely be doing updates about what will happen. But right now, things are quite quiet on this situation, because I don't, like I said, I don't know if Arsenal would pay that full money for Gokres, but yeah, fingers crossed, things can definitely look up for us. I want us to start bringing in some players. Like as I said, right now, it's all a bit boring. We're seeing other clubs around us bringing in players, and it's just us not doing much at all, which is obviously frustrating. So yeah, obviously, it doesn't seem like he's going to United. I think he wants Arsenal. So yeah, we're gonna have to see with Gokres if he will come to Arsenal. But obviously, right now, like I said, it's a little bit quiet. Now I want to talk about Nico Williams. For me personally, before I get started, I don't think this would happen. Um, Obviously, Arsenal are interested in him. According to Sport, he's ready to take a pay cut to join Barcelona. So yeah, I get the impression with Nico Williams that he wants to join Barcelona. And I think if that's the case, then you know what, I think we should back out of it, to be honest, because apparently we are open to offering, quite high wages more than Barcelona are. And yeah, I'm surprised at that. I mean, I would pretty much, if I was Arteta or but I'd probably love an Eze or Alanga, those sort of type of players. But yeah, we are apparently offering them 9 million, each season. I'll be honest with you, we are desperate in our attack to have a change. We do need some different dynamic in our attack, and I definitely think he would improve Arsenal. He could help us in our attack for sure in the final third, whether that's scoring or helping us create chances. But as I said, with this offer, apparently he's had time. He just wants to think about it. So I get the impression that he doesn't particularly want to come to Arsenal. I think Barcelona is the team that he wants to go to. And as I said, if that's the case, then I think we're wasting our time. I wouldn't want a player that, if we're going to put all our money out for someone, I wouldn't want them to just, if you don't want us, then let's just leave it as it is, because at the end of the day, I want players that want to come to Arsenal. Listen, if you want to have time to think about it, fair enough, but I just, yeah, I'm personally not sure on this at all. Obviously, these are rumours. This might be a lie. We don't know if these rumours, what's true and what's not true. But obviously, for me, I know who I particularly want in our attack. I mean, Alanga did this video about him. He'd be great. Eze would be great. But yeah, obviously, it's an interesting one to think about. And obviously, this is quite a reliable source as well. In the Barcelona news. So yeah, Nico Williams, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. Obviously, right now, I don't see this happening at all. I think if he wanted to come to Arsenal, then we would know by now. So I think he wants to go to Barcelona. But yeah, crazy thing we actually want to pay him a lot of more money than Barcelona would. I do believe Arsenal are definitely trying to change in our attack. We do need quite a few changes. Going forward. So yeah, I think for me yeah, would he improve Arsenal? Yeah, he would, but I get the impression a lot of fans aren't keen on him right now. But yeah, I think for me, as I said, I get the impression he wants to join other clubs. I'm not getting the impression he wants to join Arsenal. So yeah, obviously we're gonna have to see how this one develops. But right now, it's saying that he wants to have time to think about it. But yeah, I'm happy Arsenal are obviously trying to look in the attack of ways we can improve the team. But I just wish we would start putting the money in signing players, because obviously it's getting very frustrating now, and I'm obviously yeah, frustrated. How much money can you afford? I don't know actually. I mean, it's very interesting. I personally am not sure, but I'm under the impression that we're going to spend obviously over 100 million. So I think we're going to get rid of a lot of players as well. I mean, Zinchenko, I think he'll be gone, but again, I don't think we're going to get much for him. We'll probably get 15 million. Kivior, we could get money for him. Calafiori's another one. He's been linked to maybe moving on. So I think the problem is that obviously I think the owners have given us 100 million, which isn't really enough for us. Like if you need a striker, that's nearly 100 million. Like for Gokres, what is it, 70, 80 million plus add-ons? Like that is pretty much nearly our budget gone. So yeah, I think for us we might have to sell some players to generate that money. I mean, players like Trossard. I mean, Ben White. I wouldn't be surprised if he went, if he wasn't happy with his lack of game time. I think we might need to sell players in order to get money, which is not what we want, but it might come down to that. Get away from Eze. I'd love Eze, Kevin. I'm not gonna lie, I'd love him. I don't know why we aren't looking at Eze at all. I'm not saying Eze would jump at the idea of coming to Arsenal because he seems quite happy Crystal Palace, but I don't know why Arsenal aren't looking at Eze, because he would definitely help Arsenal. He would be the perfect signing for me. I don't know why Arsenal haven't shown that interest in him. I mean, I think Eze would be a lot of money, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not really bothered about that. I think he'd be worth it. So I think Arsenal should show all the money they want at Eze and go for it. But obviously, right now, we've not really shown any interest in Eze, which is a real shame because he's such a great player. So I don't know why we've not really done it right now. But yeah, Eze, it'd be the dream. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get Eze. I'd love for us to focus on a striker, left wing, left back. Just do it. Don't waffle. Yeah, big up yourself. Um, is so frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've done videos and we have been linked to other players like centre backs, and it's just crazy. We desperately need the strike is what we need, and obviously the Sesko Gokres thing, it's going back and forth. The closest that we've obviously seen is Arsenal put in a bid. Obviously, that's got rejected. But are Arsenal going to go back again and go for it? That is the other question. I'm not sure we will. Obviously, the left wing, absolutely left back. Yeah, the left wing, we definitely need that improvement. As I said before, I don't know if we're going to get rid of Trossard or Martinelli. Obviously, I would like to keep probably both of them for squad players and squad depth, but I just think for me, money might be a problem this year, and that's something that I'm worried that we might not have a lot of. Yeah, left back's an interesting one. I don't know what if we're getting rid of any players this season. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that one, but I do definitely think we need a lot of improvement with these players. I think we need a lot of players. I mean, for me, I personally think we need a backup goalkeeper. Obviously, the midfield with Zubimendi, that would definitely help us. Obviously, the left wing striker, maybe another attacker. Like these are 5 or 6 players that we need Arsenal to get. And obviously, I don't think we're going to be disappointed because I don't think we're going to get all of them. But yeah, we have a big summer ahead, and right now, not much is happening at all, which is so frustrating. Yeah, the striker for me, that is the first thing we need to do. I know there's other positions that are important, but I look at it and think the striker, that's going to be the first thing. Second is definitely the left wing. That I feel like our attack, as I said so many times, has been predictable at times. We need that change in our attack because at the same time it's getting very repetitive, and I think teams can figure us out now. And like when Arteta first came in and when we've started challenging, teams weren't able to figure us out, and now I feel as though they're able to figure us out now. So I feel like we need to add some different players into our attack to make us look less predictable. So I'm really hoping that Arteta can really bring in some good players for us this season, but obviously right now it's not much is happening at all, which it is so frustrating because I know we need a lot of, you know, great players. Also, obviously, preseason games as well, they start in July. So yeah, ideally for me, I would like us to bring in a striker for the preseason games, but obviously with Arsenal, you just don't know what they're gonna do. Big up Victor. I hope you're good. I hope you're keeping well. Good to see you in the chat. Um, Eze is an Arsenal fan, started here as a 13-year-old, so you never know. Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, winning that FA Cup with Crystal Palace, I mean, that's amazing. I'm really happy. He's worked really hard all season. Obviously, it's so hard to know what he would do for the future. I do think if Arsenal gave Crystal Palace like a good price, I think they'd probably take it. But Arsenal don't want to Arsenal don't want to give out too much money. That's the impression that I'm under. But I think Eze is worth a lot of money. I think you should just pay it. If I was Arsenal, I'd just pay it. Same with Gokres. I think we just got to pay it and get our business done because like I said, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this. It's so frustrating. Just nothing's happening at all. And yeah, we're going back and forth. Obviously, Sesko Gokres, I have no idea which one of them will sign. If we will sign any of them at this point, I just don't know. Big up Victor. I think all Arsenal fans will rest easy as soon as the transfer window. Yeah, when we sign that striker, we can definitely all relax. But I also feel like, say we got Sesko, I think a lot of fans would complain, and I do. Sorry, guys, pardon me. This is just gone for me. I do kind of think though, whoever we do sign, there'll always be a fan, someone to argue against that. So yeah, I don't know which striker we're actually going to get. I mean, Gokares probably looks the most likely. We put in a bid for him, obviously, but I just don't know if we're going to go back and put in a bid. Sesko could be probably the best option for Arsenal, like with money wise. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think as fans, we hear every news every day about different strikers, but this is going to be a long window. It definitely is, and I think it does feel like it's dragging on. It really does. I mean, the window. I know the first window is open and nothing's happened. Now the second window, it is a tough one because we know as fans what we need, and I'm just thinking Arteta and Bird should know themselves what we need as well. Um, So yeah, I just can't wait for when we actually get the business done. when we get when we bring in the right players. But obviously, it does seem that Arsenal have shown that interest in their attack, and it does seem that Arsenal do want to improve in the attack, which I think is great news because we know ourselves what players we need, and I'm sure they do themselves. I think Arsenal probably just need to be careful on money, possibly because we don't know how much they've been given, and also we might have to sell some of our players. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. You know, if we saw like a Martinelli leave to get money, I wouldn't be surprised because I do think we probably need money. Obviously, I would like to keep him. I would like to keep Trossard as well. I do think we need that squad depth. Going into next season, but it's a real tough one, isn't it? Because yeah, it's been a long window so far. It's hard because we're seeing other teams sign players, and we're just sitting here. It feels like we're sitting here doing nothing. And I'm frustrated. I'm not gonna lie, I really am. It's so it's just really difficult, isn't it? Because not much is. It feels like not much is happening. I'm sure behind the scenes things happening, but um, it's a difficult one. But yeah, obviously today, obviously Nico Williams is. I don't think that's going to happen, but he's sort of the one we've been linked to. Obviously the Gokra situation as well. That's gone a bit quiet. I think Arsenal probably don't want to pay the money that they want, but I think he wants to join Arsenal. So yeah, obviously right now, as per usual, it's very, very quiet. It's really frustrating because it's the same all the season, the same. In January, it was just like this, and it's obviously really frustrating having to watch this happen and see us not sign anyone again. But I obviously think we need to sign a few good players at Arsenal. I mean, 5 really or 6, but as I said, I don't see that happening at all. I don't think the club are going to do that. As much as I want us to do that, I don't know if that's going to happen. Obviously, I do probably expect some outgoings this summer. I don't know the latest situation on Thomas Partey. That's gone quite quiet as well. Obviously, Kivior, Sinchenko, that they're another one as well. I mean, I would obviously, in an ideal world, like to keep Kivior for that, backup and that experience. But if a good money came into them, I think we should take it because if we're not having a lot of money, we could use that in different areas. Um, Obviously, Calafiori is another one. Obviously, I've said I would like to see Calafiori for another season. I think he's had a few injuries, and I think Calafiori needs more time. If I'm being honest, I think he's had it quite. Yeah, I don't think he's had it the easiest. So I think with California, I would definitely give him more time. I think there's quite a few players that I would like to give more time, but ultimately, if we don't have the money, we might have to sell a few of our best players. Not our best players, but some of our important squad players. So yeah, I do definitely think that Arsenal could see a few players go. Like I said, I think Trossard, Kivior, Zinchenko, I wouldn't be too surprised, but I would like to keep Kivior for sure because I think he could definitely help. I mean, Gabriel was injured and we would have really struggled without Kivior for sure. So I do think that squad depth is vital because we know our squad's good now, but we know we could improve and get better. So I do think it's important that we do keep improving with the squad that we have now, and ideally, probably wouldn't want to sell some of our best players. So yeah, I think we're just going to have to hope that the summer improves and we get the right players in. But yeah, obviously, I feel every Arsenal fan's pain because it's so quiet right now. Not much is happening, and we just want to get things moving. But as Victor said, when we get a striker, things will definitely look up for us. Be up good in 1992. When will we sign someone? Literally, when will we? Um, he's hoping that we will sign someone by this month. Obviously, right now, I just don't know, but it would be nice for us to actually bring someone in by this month. But it's so tough to say right now, isn't it? Because you just don't know what's around the corner. We just don't know what the club are doing right now. I know we hear these rumours, but it is quite tough to know what the club are actually doing. But the club seem to be having a go at a few things, so we're going to have to see what happens. Kivior should remain for squad depth. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, It's obviously tough with the money situation. I would definitely love to keep him at Arsenal because, as I said, he stepped in for Gabriel, and I think a lot of people he changed a lot of people's opinions on him. I'll be honest. I mean, I've always liked Kivior. I definitely think at centre back he does quite well. Um, but I think a lot of people judged him. I know he had some poor games here and there as well. I will be honest about that. But I think he's definitely stepped up in those moments. That he can prove that he can step up when he needs to. I don't think he's a starter. I definitely wouldn't say he's a starter. But as Victor said, there, he's definitely an important player for that squad depth, and I think he's essential for us. I mean, in those, like I said, we will have cup games, of games where we will have to play a weaker squad, and I think he's able to do that for us. So, yeah, here's hoping that we do keep him. It would be, as I said, I'd be disappointed if we did get rid of him. I know we could get a good amount of money for him, but I think it's a good deal for him to stay here at Arsenal. So here's hoping that what he can stay at Arsenal next season. And if he does stay at Arsenal, I do think that we could obviously get a good amount of money for him in the future. I feel like it'd be great for us to do that. So yeah, here's hoping Kivior can stay with us, but obviously, we just don't know what's around the corner. We don't know if a good price would come in for him. So we'll have to see what happens to Kivior. But as I said, I do probably see maybe one or two players leaving. I've mentioned before about Zinchenko. I think he should go. I think he's been here for a while. I think he's probably been here a bit longer than I probably would have liked him to be. I think if we can get a bit of money for him, I think the most we'll probably get for him is 15 to 20 million. Jesus, I think he will stay the season just until his recovery's done. But Arsenal need to be ruthless. We need to get rid of players that just aren't going to improve us. We need to improve in this team massively. Big up in the North Bank. Hey, so keep up the great work. Thank you so much. And please do check out this amazing channel who does such great Arsenal content. So thank you so much for popping in. I do appreciate that. Big up Arsenal domination. Just popping and say hi while I have a tea break at work. Oh, thank you so much for popping in while you're on your tea break. And yeah, please do check out his channel. He does amazing Arsenal content. He's a new content creator as well. So yeah, please do check him out. Big up Kevin, the entire EPL is improving, so very hard to stay at the top. Yeah, and that's the thing as well, because I look at Arsenal now and I'm thinking Man City improving, Liverpool improving, and I've no doubt other teams around us are going to improve. I mean, Newcastle, I'm sure, will improve, like Chelsea, the other, top 4, 6 teams. So I think it makes it difficult for us because I know what we need as a club. I'm like, it's so frustrating. We know as fans what players we need, but I just don't know if the club are going to invest in the way we want to, which is obviously frustrating. But yeah, for sure, we need to improve because everyone else around us is going to get better, and we have to get better as well. So yeah, definitely agree with that. I think Kivior's future will depend on whether A, he wants to go, B, whether there's a good price to come in for him. But I'm glad he ended the season well. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't really know how much he'd be worth now. I definitely think since he ended the season well, his value has probably gone up a lot more. And I think himself he wants to stay at Arsenal. I think in his mind he would like to compete with Gabriel, maybe play more next season. But for me, I wouldn't really want to move him on right now. Maybe the season after next season, then that's a possibility. But I think we've all seen this season how good he can be and how consistent he's been. Like, he's just played at such a good level. And like I said, I would be really gutted if we did move him on. So yeah, but obviously if 30-40 million come in, would Arsenal take that? That's another thing. If we're short on money, because obviously if we need to strike it, let's say about 80 million, isn't it really? And if we need out, like, the amount of money we need to spend this summer is ridiculous. We need to spend a lot of money, and the problem that we have right now is that with a lot of our squad players, they are injury prone, and I think to myself, how are we going to get money for them? It's going to be really difficult. So that's obviously another thing that we've got to bear in mind as well. It's going to be hard to get money for these players. I mean, Zinchenko, I think we bought Zinchenko about 30 million. We're definitely not getting that for him now. We'll probably get about 15 to 20. Jesus, obviously, when he's fit, I don't know how much we would get for him. I do think he's a great player, but obviously these injuries are so tough on him. So these injuries are really tough. I just don't know how much money we're going to get for some of these players. Thanks for the plug, Sophie. Very kind. Oh, you're very welcome. I know you work hard on your content, so keep up the good work for yourself. Obviously, hope Arsenal get to sign someone eventually because it feels like the longest window ever. It has been quite frustrating. I just want us to sign someone. I really do. I want us to get that striker that we really need. Because I definitely think it would be nice going into the pre-season. I know the pre-season's in July. But for me, it would be nice to go to that pre-season knowing that we've got a striker, we've got a winger, and our midfielder, and think we're prepared going into the season. And I think right now, I know it's early days. Listen, at the end of June, if we've not signed someone, then I will be pretty annoyed then. But obviously, right now, as I said, it's early days, so I'm not going to panic. But yeah, we're going to have to see what happens because right now, obviously, things are pretty quiet. The amount Liverpool are paying for new players would buy Palace a new stadium hard to compete. But what about your youngsters? That is a great point. I mean, they have spent a lot of money. Liverpool do have a lot of money. I definitely. I mean, listen, Lewis Skelly has come in and he's really proven himself. I hope we can see more of Ranieri next season because he can be so good and he just needs that chance. He needs more game time. So I do think we have players there in those positions that we can play, but without a striker, we're not going to get very far. As I said many times, if we would have had a striker in that game against PSG, then it would have been a completely different game. But we just didn't have the right tools to win that game. So I do think we have the youth players to obviously give those opportunities to, but I still don't think that is enough for us. We need to, we need to just bring in more players. Big up, Rob. Hope you're good. Afternoon, Soph. Sesko or Gokras for you. I think Eve will do well for us. Yeah, for sure. I do. I think Sesko's under a lot of criticism because I think people don't believe that he could really improve us. I think if I had to pick one, I probably would pick Gokras, but I also think that I would, you know, if Arsenal announced we're getting Sesko, I'm not going to complain either. I would be happy with that. I just maybe question is that enough, but we also don't know how he's going to do. I mean, we never know how these players are going to do when they come to the league. We just don't know how they're going to adapt. But yeah, I would be I'm with you. I'd be happy for either of them, but I think Gokras' stats look probably more like he would do better at Arsenal. But obviously, right now it's so hard to judge because we just don't know. But yeah, probably Gokras would be happy with. I do think we have money to spend. Last year, I always maintained we didn't, but we do this year. We'll have 3 years of UKL money and last year's sales done on the books, but it's not an unlimited amount. Yeah, like you said, we definitely have the money. We have enough money. We've been playing at the top level, as you said, Champions League football. We have. I'm sure we do have more money than what we probably think. But I don't know why Arsenal aren't just putting in the price for some of these players. Like me, as I said before, if I was Arteta, but whether it's Sesko or Rockres, I would just say I'll give you the money you need. We know we need him at Arsenal next season, so I don't know why Arsenal don't just pay that price. We just need to sign him, do the money we need. But yeah, we definitely probably have more money than what we think, but Liverpool have a hell of a lot of money. I mean, when you win stuff, you'll get even more money as well. But Liverpool aren't messing around, and we just need to have that mentality. Like I said, I want us to go into our games in pre-season knowing that we've got most of our players that we need, and I just don't feel like we have that right now, which is a shame. But obviously, I know it's still June, we've still got time, but I want to see at the end of June what happens. By the end of June, what is our situation going to look like? So that's what I want to see happen. I'm actually Team Sesko. Yeah, I think it's nice to see people obviously have that faith in Sesko. Um, I think again people have written him off before he started. I know everyone will have their opinion. I'm not saying that he won't improve Arsenal, but I do think he would help us. He's definitely going to help this team, but I think some fans are just thinking we need someone else as well as Sesko. So we're going to have to see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm with you. I would be happy with Sesko. I'd be happy with Gokras. But I wouldn't be surprised if I also end up not buying any of them. Um, those are the two that I think are looking likely that we're going to sign. Um, but obviously, right now, nothing's really happening. It's all gone quiet again after our bid we've put in. But big up as well to everyone that's watching this. I'm really, really grateful. Like I said, if you've got any questions you want to ask me, yeah, if you're new here, welcome to my channel as well. Do subscribe here. And like I said, yeah, don't forget to comment about the window, and I'm happy to answer your questions. And big up Pablo, hope you're good, and good to see you in the chat. So yeah, obviously I'll stay on here for a little bit longer, but obviously when there's more updates, I will be back. But right now, it's literally obviously I spoke about Nico Williams, Gokrez, Lewis Skelly. But yeah, it is tough when you've seen other teams around you, make those signings, and we're just sat here and not doing much. It is really deflating. I'm not going to lie to you guys; it is a bit frustrating, but yeah, we're going to have to see what does happen. But yeah, I just hope that we can start doing things fast, because I think as fans we're losing our patience with this. I mean, I definitely am. Sesko is not good enough. I think, like I said, with Sesko, I'm not going to write him off yet. If we just brought in Sesko, I probably would want maybe another attacker as well. Because like I said, we just didn't know how it would work out with him. I was slightly leaning towards Gokares, but it's a small difference. Got to go back to work. Great stream. So have a lovely afternoon, evening. Thank you so much for popping in. I do really, really appreciate that, and hope you have a good rest of your day. But yeah, I think it's they both would improve Arsenal right now, but it's obviously we need players that are going to get us those 20+ goals a season that we obviously don't have. I mean, obviously our wingers have been getting goals for us. We know like Saka has, um, we know that Martinelli has got a few, Trossard's got a few, but that just isn't enough for us. And then Mourinho obviously has helped out with goals, but as I said, these just aren't enough for us to go into next season to win a league. And we all know that teams around us are improving, and we have to improve as well. So fingers crossed that we can just keep improving. I think Liverpool again. Osimhen, yeah, Liverpool. I wouldn't that wouldn't surprise me. Liverpool. I think Liverpool are definitely going to sell Nunes as well. I think that's probably a good thing, because I think Liverpool are being ruthless, which is what we've got to be. I think Nunes just hasn't hit Liverpool, and I think if you could get a good amount of money for him, that'd be good. But obviously, as you mentioned, you will be bringing in more players, which is obviously great, and we're not doing much right now. So yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna lie, it's not too exciting for Arsenal, but yeah, other teams around us are definitely doing the business, and we're just not doing much at all, which doesn't surprise me, because I know that's what Arsenal do. But I just hope that we can definitely bring in some players before the end of January, putting the June, because I just really hope that we can keep improving the team and keep challenging. Like I said, Man City are improving, Liverpool are improving, and I've no doubt other teams around us will improve too. So I just hope that we can match that as well, and we can keep doing our thing. Cheers from NZ, and thanks. Take care. Thank you so much, Kevin, for popping in today. It's been great to chat with you. And yeah, I hope you do have a lovely day ahead of you as well. So obviously, as I said, right now, not much is happening. We'll definitely do more updates as well when more things are going to happen. It's so tough right now, because these things are sort of rumours, aren't they? But obviously, Gokrez, we did actually put a bid in, which, as I said, I was surprised we put a bid in. But if I was Arsenal, I would go back for Gokrez and put in a higher bid and see what they say. Big up, Ashik. I hope you're good. Good to see you in here. Yes, obviously, right now, Gokrez, Sesko. That's the debate, isn't it? Big up the Aussie Gooner. Did you see the WSL expand to 14 teams next season? Yeah, I have actually I saw that on Twitter as I was doing my video, which I think is great. I think for WSL, it's great to see the team. I do think as well. I look at WSL and I think it's great to see more teams coming into WSL, more competition. I do think the WSL, especially with Chelsea, we need more competition. I mean, I know Arsenal next season they're going to be even better. Rene, we've had a great season with Rene, so yeah, I think that's definitely only a positive thing to have more teams in WSL, more competition. I think it definitely makes it exciting. As I know, like with the WSL, you can tell quite early on when we've had the 12 teams, we can tell that if you lose a few games, your league's done. So I think having 14 teams makes it more competitive. So yeah, I haven't actually checked. I've not read up about it, but I just quickly saw that on my Twitter. So yeah, obviously the WSL, that's great to get more teams. I do think the league needs more teams, and I do hope the WSL one day, the other teams can have Europa League football as well. I hope that we'll get to see more competition and more, yeah, exciting things to come. But obviously, WSL next season, I hope that we can just compete with Chelsea. Um, that expansion, how they get any extra teams, it must be like 4 going up, 1 going down. Yeah, I don't actually know right now. Bring up James and the Aussie Guna. I'm gonna have to read that when I've left the stream. But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work, but I do think it's great. I think as well the teams that are like at the bottom, maybe the 3 or 4 teams, it gives them more competition. And I definitely think, when I remember when they were talking about scrapping relegation, I thought that was ridiculous because I feel like having that relegation is definitely important because it makes you fight for things more. Like if you're at the bottom and you know you're not going to get relegated, then there's no much point to fight for anything. So I feel like having that relegation is so important in women's football as well because it keeps those teams to fight up and stay up. So yeah, WSL next season, I'm obviously very, very excited for that as well. And obviously with there being more teams as well, that's only going to get better, and I'm definitely excited for that. Beat up James, hey, so what's the latest on Gokra saga? Not much, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, Arsenal put in the bid last week that got rejected. I mean, he doesn't want to go to United now. So I think that it seems to me that he wants to come to Arsenal, but I don't know if Arsenal would give him the money that he wants because I think we have the money to give him, but I think I don't know why we just don't pay the money that they want for him. I know it might be a lot of money, but I still would go for it. Um, Maybe that's why will there be no relegation this season? No, I think there is relegation. I mean, if there wasn't, that would be a real shame for women's football because I think that's what makes football exciting, knowing that teams at the top are competing, teams at the bottom are competing to stay up. So I hope that isn't the case, but I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. I hope that we'll have to see how that's gonna work as well now because if there's gonna be a few more teams in the league, how's that? I don't know how that's gonna work, but obviously I think it's great to see more teams in the WSL. I think it gives you that more competition, and I think that's going to really improve women's football and take the game even further. So yeah, that is great to see. But obviously, I still hope there will be relegation. Um, Next season. But obviously, it's great. Every season, we see new things, women's football improving and expanding. So, yeah, I do hope that that can be the case. I just hope the relegation will be there. But I will check after this as well about the latest on that. Obviously, as well, the women's transfer window is opening, so I'm gonna do stuff on that as well. I have heard also that Veen Reuter will be leaving Arsenal, so I'm not surprised about that. I did do a video about my keep, learn, and sell, and I do think both teams in Arsenal, men, Arsenal women, are going to have big summers as well. So, yeah, Sporting had a gentleman agreement, and they are not going through with it. It's crazy. I just this window's been crazy already. We're going to have to see what happens. With everything that's going on. But yeah, right now it's pretty much Sesko, Gokras, that those sort of rumours right now. I do wonder which one we'll end up actually buying if we do end up actually getting any of them. I do think, as I said, I do think we need one of them at least because can you imagine Arsenal without a striker next season when everyone else is improving around you? That would be very frustrating. I would feel let down by that. I would be honest, I really would. So, um, yeah, I just hope that Arsenal can bring in the right players to some of the women's team as well. I hope Arsenal women can sign Chloe Kelly. There's going to be so much to talk about going into next season. But obviously today, all I'm sort of spoken about is obviously there was Skelly. Real Madrid been interested in him. Nico Williams, obviously Arsenal probably want to pay a lot for him, but I don't think he wants to come to Arsenal. I'm not really under that impression that he wants to come to Arsenal, and obviously Gyökeres that as well. I am going to end this in about 5 minutes, guys. So please do send in any questions you guys want me to answer, before I round the stream up. If you're new here as well, do subscribe, do all of that stuff as I'm near 3.3k. I do appreciate all of your support on these shows. I do as well. But yeah, as I said, I will obviously be back as well doing content when there are more updates, when there's obviously more things happening. As I said, by the end of this month, I hope at least we've signed a player. I also want to know why Zubimendi hasn't been announced yet, because for me that is just crazy. Like, it's been so long and I can't understand it. I don't know what's happened with that situation at all. Um, and Martin Lewis Skelly interests are legit, Romano retweeted. Yeah, they definitely are. I do definitely believe Real Madrid are interested in buying him. And I understand that because, you know, he's improved Arsenal, he's come in the team and done really well. And when you're doing really well, there are going to be teams that are interested in you. So obviously I don't blame them, but I don't think we need to worry about that situation right now. I do think he'll probably be staying at Arsenal. I do think he's happy here at Arsenal. But obviously, it's always frustrating when you don't want to lose your best players. So I hope he does stay at Arsenal. Obviously, his contract does expire as well at 2026. So yeah, here's hoping that Lewis Skelly can just stay at Arsenal and keep winning things for us. I do think next season is going to be key for these players. Like, if some of these players don't win stuff, then I do think they'll want to move on, and I wouldn't blame them because it has we have progressed in the sense that we've gotten better at the league. But yeah, I just think it's been quite a few long seasons really. And we got Rob. I think I read CB will be announced once the club is finished or something. Not sure why though. Yeah, this, like, it's really crazy because when the season was on, we all heard about the Zubimendi thing was done or whatever, and now the window's open. Like, when the window opened, I thought he would be probably like the first player in the first 2 weeks to be announced, and this waiting is honestly so tiring. Um, but yeah, if he's not announced after the Club World Cup, I don't know what's happening because we all thought we got him, and then Madrid seemed to have interest in him. So it's very complicated, the situation. I really don't know what's going on with him, but obviously, if he does get announced, I will be very happy because it has been such a long time since he's been announced. Like, I thought he'd been announced a lot sooner than he has been already. But obviously, it will be nice when he is announced, and when we announce like our first player, we can sort of relax knowing that we've got one of the players done, and we can look forward to what they can bring to this team. But it has been frustrating, it really has, because not much has really gone on at Arsenal. But yeah, obviously hoping that Zubimendi will be announced. I thought Zubimendi would actually be the first player to be announced, but yeah, Arsenal do make us wait, don't they? But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the stream now. I've been on here for a little bit today. Obviously, I will be doing lots of videos all week. If obviously there are any updates on the women's team as well, we'll be back here doing that content. Obviously, the men's team as well, I'll be here as well. Obviously, right now as well, not much is going on, but here's hoping that we do get a signing very soon because I think we're all tired of waiting. Like, for me, it doesn't even feel like the window's open. Like, not much is happening at all. But I really appreciate all of you for your support, watching my content. It's very, very much appreciated. A big up to everyone that's new here to my channel, as I have had quite a few new people watching my transfer videos. So thank you for your support. As said, I'll be back when stuff does drop, when Arsenal men women stuff happen. And guys, I will be here also with the Euros as well, for the women's Euros. I will be doing like previews, reviews, possibly watch along. So yeah, I'll be here all summer, and obviously the preseason games, I will be doing videos on that as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. So I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Rob, for popping in as well. Thank you everyone that's came and watched my show today. And yeah, I hope you do have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.